being in the flow is you're doing something that you're capable of doing. In other words, it's not an impossible task, but it also presented a challenge, a creative challenge in this sense. My challenge was to create a cohesive body of work that I felt strongly about, that expressed a lot of what I'm about in terms of clay, and I think it worked. You'll see a lot of this sgraffito. One thing I wanted to do with this show is to go back and revisit, maybe drill a little deeper into some of the ideas and things I'd tried in the past, but kind of moved on. This first starts out, obviously, with this particular piece, with a fairly traditional wheel-thrown form, but it wasn't until I started cutting away shapes that these things really began to blossom. And that's where the spontaneous aspect of these are. I can't draw these in advance and plan the surface. I can only make the line and then respond to that, then respond to that, and then to that. And then I begin to see certain shapes emerge that I want to bring out, bring forward. These are all coil constructed. Again, a technique that's certainly not new. It's probably 10,000 years old. In coil building, you're totally free to go in any direction. You just got to pay attention to the structure. It gives you an opportunity to push it in any direction, but it can also collapse. These I call marker jars, and they're inspired by my experience on the water here on the coast in Rockport. I do a lot of sailing, and they're intended to let you know where you need to go. I see these as my kind of a personal marker. Someone sent me a picture the other day, texted me a picture of a form similar to this that I was doing 15 years ago. You develop some nuances that you can go back to the work. I think you can continue to learn even in your sleep. Like most people, I have ideas and dreams. A lot of times I'll go to bed and be thinking about some problematic issue and wake up not necessarily with the solution, but with the inspiration to take it another step. It rarely ends up being like what I saw in the dream, but the dream got me back to it. I guess it was kind of a reminder that I shouldn't stop. I was raised in Camden, Arkansas, which is kind of a rural community in a rural state, and to have an art program there, I feel like it saved my life, certainly my creative life. I went on to teach at St. Edward's University after a year of teaching high school, and I was there 38 years. A great environment, a lot of support, and a lot of work. But I always made room for my work. I never stopped working, even if sometimes it was on weekends and holidays. And it's been wonderful living next door to the Art Center. We didn't necessarily retire so we could have a storefront, even though I do have a little gallery in my studio. But just the association, the convenience of walking over, being able to do workshops here, man, it's just a beautiful place, and that alone has inspired a lot of my work. You have your environmental influences and you have your social influences, and both I put under the category of coastal influence.